Welcome to the River Don Visualisation Project. This is a short journey over centuries of this great river which arises on the high moorlands west of the region. The river is a biodiversity artery across South Yorkshire, but also it powered agriculture and industry too. Much of the present day watercourse is canalised or has a canal in parallel to the river, often used to supply water for industrial processes or to harness water power to drive the mills and factories. Many of these ancient weirs still exist. These are some of the oldest structures along the river. The route is today crisscrossed by major roadways, motorways and railways. Along the river course there are often wetlands, and on the riverbanks themselves are alder trees and especially white willows, both utilised and important to local communities. The medieval River Don, approximately 1600 AD, just before the period of great industrialisation of the 17, 18 and 1900s. It's also before what we call the great drainage of the eastern fenland and peat bogs around Doncaster.
Mexborough is on the left. On the right is Dennerby, with Dennerby Wood in the background. The River Dearn joins the Don just before Conisbrough, with its castle on the high ground to the right, and the ferry house and King's Ferry below. The village and St. Peter's Church are on the hillside near to the castle. The Don heads downstream eastwards to cut through the magnesian limestone of the Don Gorge, formed 12,000 years ago after the last ice age. The steep wooded sides of the Don Gorge hide the small-scale quarrying in the 1600s. On the left, high above the gorge, is Sprotborough with its large church, and below, on the river, another ferry crossing point. Doncaster comes into view on the right, the bridge and mill by the river. The old church and town stand on higher ground. The River Cheswold, running along the bottom, is now culverted under the city centre. The Earbeck, rising near Skelbrook, runs parallel to the River Don at this point, eventually joining it at Thorpe in Barn. Long Sandal is on the right bank, with Kirk Sandal and its church just further upstream. The church at Barnby Dun, built on higher ground, stands on the right bank, next to the manor house and its village. Kirk Bramwith and South Bramwith, on either side of the river with their ferry crossing, are the next settlements along. Stainforth, with its ford for crossing the river, is on the right. This was the major river crossing linking to Fish Lake. Fish Lake, with St. Cuthbert's Church, stands on the bend on the left. The larger settlement of Thorne, with St. Nicholas Church and Thorne Mere, can be seen next. Just along the river is the small port of Thorne, with the Ebeck joining on the right. The River Went flows in on the left, joining the Don just past the double meander. The River Don then flows on across extensive wetlands into the River Aire and eventually to the sea. The new course of the river is shown running across the Humberhead peatlands towards Goole. In the 1600s, Hook, now a suburb of Goole, was the main settlement, and with a church dating back to the 13th century.